welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to No More News. I am your host, Adam Green. Thank you all for joining me. Our last show of the year. Today is Monday, December 30th, 2024, the end of 2024 New Year's special. We're going to do a little recap on the past year. It was a big year, the 10-year anniversary of No More News. Another year, we're all older. I brought another baby girl into the world, which is easily my highlight of the year. Going to be coming out with the book, The Jesus Deception, early next year. And it was a huge year exposing the Jesus deception, Trump and the Zionist returning to power in full force. And we've got some other stuff too we didn't cover in the past streams, a debunk of Amon Hillman, Dr. Amon Hillman's theory, and as well as the danger with Christian prophecies. Already to get us off started with a bang, we have a big dono from Indomitably Based, says wishing Adam and all his family and fans a healthy, safe, and happy 2025. Thank you so much, Indomitably Based. This year was only made possible thanks to you guys and your support. Very nice, Indomitably Based, one of my top supporters. Great guy. Wouldn't be able to do it without him and John Garadas and See Through It All and Primordial Chaos, Volkish Spirit. We just saw Forbidden One was banned on Twitter. Hopefully he gets his channel back. I just noticed that. Better do my New Year's German view on Christianity before Volkish Spirit gets banned and I lose that thread. But Liam T. Jarrett as well. Quote Miner, so many other greats. It really is a group effort. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So, first, here's my highlight of the year, a little bit of a timeline cleanse, bringing this little angel Freya into the world. And of course, my toddler as well, girl dad, 2 baby girls, huge year. Genetics Matters did a nice thread of some of his favorite thumbnails I had in the past year. Starting with The Brink of Death, I basically took all of March off because I got so sick. I was sick, almost died basically. I lost 35 pounds, I think it was, back in March. I was sick for 10 days, didn't eat, throwing up nonstop for 10 days, and it took me weeks. I got another cold after that. It took me weeks to recover from that. I almost had a whole month off. So, a little touch of death, The Brink of Death, was a good one. This was a thumbnail I made. Had a lot of fun with the AI this year. This was the year of the AI being introduced to everything. It's going to be exciting in 2025 with Trump getting back into and the book coming out and everything unfolding on the verge of World War III. This was when we had the solar eclipse. I did an eclipse thumbnail. This is one of the Christ is King videos. Here's just one I made, just one of the graphics. Me as the Viking god with my raven and white wolf. I had a series, several videos, I think 3 or 4 of the Zio Wars episodes. Vengeance on the Nations. Here I am as Darth Vader. Here's a stained glass window icon with my 2 wolves. Let's see. White She-Devil says, Adam, where can we buy your shirts? Happy New Year. I'm going to have the shirts up for sale in the new year from my website, nomorenews.org. I don't think I'm going to do the Fox News one. I'm just going to do the Trump They Live one and then the Viking Volknut No More News shirt as well in some new colors. Hope you guys all pick them up. I can't wait to get some new ones. I've been wearing these every day for like 3 years. This one I like. I've used this thumbnail a few times. Looks cool. Here's one. I didn't actually make this one. Somebody else made this. I just took it and used it as a Trump, the shepherd Moses, leading all of the MAGA sheep off the cliff. It's a good one. Damn Bigfoot says Adam's been vindicated on so much, predicting Trump and Bibi back in power while both of them were out. True, very true. Let's see. Oh, obviously the visiting of the wall. I have a better wall one too. Where's my other wall one? I have one where I added in a yarmulke. Here it is. Adam at the Western Wall. Obviously it's AI. But for the trolls, that's a good one. That's a good one. What else? This was a Dolly 3 one. The rest were Midjourney, which I think I'm going to cancel. Grok is basically just as good as Midjourney. Midjourney doesn't let me do a whole lot of the prompts. It won't give me what I want, so they're going down in the new year. You have to cancel some subscriptions for the new year. This one with the Abrahamic faiths all bowing down to pagan Viking god Thor with the dragon. Game of Thrones in the background. Here's a nice Christ is King coming in the white horse. Like this one too with the glowing blue eyes. I had a big show with Black Pilled on. This is the thumbnail for that. He's a beekeeper apparently, so I got the black pills in the wooden bowl. And the bees everywhere for Black Pill. Here's my globalist. Viking god sitting on the throne of telescopes. With the beautiful and totally real globe and moon and space behind me. Everybody bullying Elon on Twitter. It's fun to watch. Watch the Collapse says, love you, Goy. Hope you guys have a great New Year's. You know what? Watch Collapse. You're not the one that has Antiquity as Resurgence, are you? Are you the same account? Antiquity as Resurgence been doing these videos and sending me super chats to watch about how Christianity was made for Jews only. Me and Big Tech watched some Black Hebrew Israelites that were making some similar argument, and he wants to do a stream with me analyzing some of their claims. So you guys can look forward to that coming up soon. What else do we got? Oh, and then the Christmas special. Little face swap into pagan Santa Claus. Old Saint Nick. This one looked good too. I got a lot of compliments on this one. This is how you refer. Thank you, Genetics Matters. He's got another account too, No More News account promoting. So I have done a lot of streams this year. A lot of videos. I almost want to count. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, no. We got to start here, though. All right. 11 years ago. So 5, 10, 15. Let's see some of these. These are all just in the last year. Just a little recap. I like to go back and see through all the videos. Many of you were here watching them all. So just in the last year, we have Donald Trump fulfills Psalms 22:18 prophecy. Pastor Alex Jones, that was the splitting up of the garments, casting lots. Trump cut up his suit and auctioned off pieces of his suit in 47 pieces, I think it was, the suit that he wore in his iconic mugshot video. So like Psalms 22 and like in the New Testament Passion narrative, the Romans took off Jesus's garments and cast lots for his garments. So they auctioned off his clothes. God made Trump, a Jewish Jesus. Tunnelgate, that was a year ago, the big Tunnelgate scandal with the tunnels below the Chabad Lubavitch synagogue in New York. I analyzed the Nick Fuentes Adam King debate. That was huge. Is Christianity a Roman or rabbi conspiracy? That was a talk I did with a Noahide Christian turned to Judaism guy named Jeremiah. The Return of the King, another 9/11 truth about Christianity. So I was talking about Trump, the Return of the King, 11 months ago, early in the year. Elon kisses the ring, Trump raised on the cross, Orthodox Christianity. Elon kisses the ring. That's when he went to Auschwitz. and signed the Never Again thing. Israel wants Trump to heal the world. Emo Jesus repackaged Judaism. This is the savior of the world, Trump, the Ark of the Covenant. This is when we learned he had an Ark of the Covenant in Mar-a-Lago, like a real solid gold, I think it is, maybe even, or at least gold-plated replica. QAnon, Judeo-Christian, Netanyahu sings for Moshiach. Happy Jew year. I know. The year of our Lord, 2025, the King of the Jews. It is a Jew year. When our whole dating system is based on the birth of the King of the Jews and the Jewish Messiah, it is the Jew year. So happy Jew year, 2025. Coincidentally, not the Hebrew calendar Jew year, which is also a Jew year. We got Milei, I know a title for that one. Milei at the Argentina president crying and praying at the wall. Elon Musk crashes Alex Jones versus David Icke debate 10 months ago. The Jesus deception debate, opening and closing statements. The Christian, remember the Christian, I think it was the Super Bowl ad. They had all of these. There's me as Jesus too. The Christian priest washing the gay black guy's feet. That was a real image that was played at the Super Bowl in a Christian paid for Super Bowl commercial. Hilarious. Champions of diversity. That was the ADL rabbi saying that Jews are the champions of diversity. Just doing a little recap of the last year. I wish I could know exactly how many videos I did in the last year. I'd have to go back and count. Probably every 3 days, so I'd guess about 100. Peak cringe. That was peak cringe. Did anyone see Alex Jones with his prayer shot on? Yeah, that was my Grok image. I'll show it to you. Since you mentioned it, we'll go to it. It was just a stupid joke, seeing what I could come up with. Here's another one. This was my dinner last night. Not kosher, bacon-wrapped carne asada burrito with a lot of spicy salsas. Have anybody ever heard of a bacon-wrapped burrito? Is anybody in the chat ever had the luxury, the privilege of eating a perfectly crisped bacon-wrapped burrito? I'd never even heard of it before until yesterday. Special occasion. Not kosher, not vegan. Am I the only one that I know? That burrito is Grok. No, it's not. It's real. I took the photo. Look, you can't fake this. Look at that. Has anybody ever had a bacon-wrapped burrito? The Jews saw this and were just seething. They're like, block, not kosher. Funny. Okay, here's Alex Jones with Netanyahu. Netanyahu thanks Rabbi Alex Jones for his shilling of Trump and Jesus. Looks pretty realistic with Alex Jones. See, Grok will do this. If I did this in Midjourney, Conspiracy Truther says, what's inside? It was like carne asada, guacamole, cheese, sour cream, chipotle sauce. I think some rice was in it. It was huge. I wasn't even able to eat the whole thing. But, so the brink of death, 9 months ago. Canada's most wanted raging dissident. Was that 9 months ago I had him on? I felt like it was just like last month. Time flies. Brother Nathaniel Unleashed. This was the 21,000 views. It's one of my most popular videos on Rumble probably for the year. Brother Nathaniel, I did like 3 debates on his show. He was on once or twice. Let's see. Question everything but Jesus. Kushner awarded by the ADL. Remember I said Trump's going to win because Jonathan Greenblatt was giving the kosher stamp of approval. He was praising Trump and Kushner for the Abraham Accords. Pureblood, you thought that was a real picture of Alex in the prayer shawl? Come on. Yeah, Grok wouldn't allow such an anti-Semitic burrito, right, Jenna? That's funny. Kosher slaughter is so disgusting. I know, huh? That was peak goy slop. Bacon wrap burrito, peak goy slop. Question everything. Everything's a conspiracy. I love this thumbnail too, by the way. Adam Thor dunking on Jesus. On Swole Jesus, by the way. That's a good one. People will say everything's a conspiracy, but the Jewish religion that's taken over the world and led to the two biggest religions, Christianity and Islam. Everything's a conspiracy but that. All these conspiracy channels and podcasts, they'll talk about flat earth. They'll talk about every kooky thing under the sun. But the ultimate third rail, the real taboo, is questioning who invented Jesus and why. If Odyssey's buffering, guys, you can go to Rumble. You can go to Rumble, or you could go to BitChute. We're streaming live on BitChute nowadays, too. Yeah, the biggest religion in the world that worships the King of the Jews and believes in Jewish prophecies and the Jewish text, that's not a conspiracy. Everything's a conspiracy but that. We got PsyOps, Controlled Ops, and Religious Wars. Richard Spencer. Was this the first time I had Richard Spencer on? It might have been. I gave him the Apollonian AI sculpture. Owen Schroyer returns to the Lion's Den. Oh my gosh, that was 9 months ago. It felt like 2 months ago. That's amazing. Owen came back on. I grilled him all about InfoWars and Alex Jones stuff. I should do another stream with him soon, just talking about Trump and religion and everything. He was addressing me without naming me in his live stream the other day. He was doing his Christian nationalism, Christian anti-Semitism shtick. It's so trendy right now. And I was in the comments, and I think he saw me and was trying to address me. So I'll have to do a follow-up with him. Trump on Israel, Moscow attack, the Moscow theater attack. Rabbi Shmuley, Christ is King. Trump shills his Bible. The Trump Bible, Christian Zionist documentary review. I feel like that Christian Zionist documentary had a couple good highlights, but wasn't that great. I debated a few people on Ralph's show this year. Probably. That's the other thing I was thinking about doing, is trying to remember all the debates. But a lot of my debates happen on other people's shows, and I almost never repost them all to my stream. So I'd have to, I can't even remember who I debated this year. It's all a blur who I debated this year or last year. I know I had a few with E. Michael Jones. Did I debate anybody on Ralph's show? I've been doing space debates too. Twitter Spaces. I did the Rabbi Shmuley versus Alex Jones review, their debate. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Foundering was 8 months ago. All of this, the years go by so fast. All of this feels like, if you were to ask me how long ago did I have Foundering on, I would have said, I don't know, like 6 months. I guess it's only 8 months, 2 months more. Trump to save the world, Zionist mass awakening, end times doom. My analysis of the hilarious Stu Peters versus Adam King Red Heifer debate, which I think Stu deleted that one. Eclipse, Ben Shapiro, scapegoated Christian, Sabbath loopholes. Netanyahu's end times rabbis, Third Temple, White Jesus. World War III, end times prophecies and the Antichrist. Judeo-cultists, Zionist politicians, Tucker's gatekeeping. Christians kvetching, raging rabbis. I got the best thumbnails, best video titles. The corruption of biblical studies and historical Jesus consensus, raging rabbis. That's a good one. Anti-Israel university protest shut down. Okay, so now we're talking the campus protests. Just like the 1930s Germany. Remember these girls? This girl that wrote Jew on her shirt and stood out in front of like the campus protests and everybody ignored her. Or this girl saying that the Palestinians, she looks Jewish, hate white people. Anti-Semitism Awareness Act, IHRA, anti-Semitism definition. We got the new camera and new lights this year too. I just updated, by the way. I just updated for the first time in a while. I don't have my AI. I don't have my AI Viking image anymore. I got a new header, new profile picture with my new suit. And I changed it. It used to say Yahweh Disrespecter. Now it says host of No More News and author of the upcoming Jesus deception. Now that it doesn't say Yahweh disrespecter, maybe like my ratio, my statistics of like when I have a viral rabbi compilation, I'll have tons of people come to look at my profile, but then they won't click follow. And I think it's because it said Yahweh disrespecter that it instantly turns people off. They don't want to be disrespected. The flag in the eye. Oh, Jeem. That's right. I debated that guy Jeem on the Crucible. That's one debate I had. That might be the only Crucible debate I did this year. That was a good one. Thank you. Any other people I debated this year? I didn't do a ton of debates this year. The year before, there was a lot more. It's like once you've debated, everybody that's willing, that nose is intense. I know. That was the most intense nose. Had to put that for the thumbnail. Yikes. No wonder she hates white people. Zio Wars. Here's the start of the Zio Wars series. Adam Green, Big Tech, and Primordial Chaos joined for that one. What's up, Troggy Trog in the chat? Happy New Year to you too, bro. They're barely debates. They can't even handle the material. I know. They're like lectures, basically. Zio Wars, Rise of the Resistance. Zio Wars, the Empire strikes back. Even though we're 4 years being banned from YouTube, and still I get about around 15,000 views between Rumble, Odyssey, and BitChute and Twitter, I still get around 15 to 20,000 views on every video. All right, now let's go one more. A few more to look at. Let's see. Trump to the rescue, Zionist fanatics and propaganda racks, the Jewish Khazar milkers video from the TikTok we saw. They know our weakness, guys. They know our weakness. America's pastor, John Hagee, 7 months ago, World War III, Zio Wars, Christian nationalism documentary review. That one was disappointing. They didn't even say anything about Christian anti-Semitism. Yes, 100%. The book is going to be out in early 2025, guys. 100% guaranteed promise. Netanyahu war crimes, Iran crash. That's when the president died in the helicopter crash. Judea golden era ending and prophecy unraveling. Zio Wars, the Sith awakens. The Rabbi Sith. Zio Wars, vengeance on the nations. Trump's Zionists 7 months ago. Nice thumbnail. I had Last America Vagabond on 7 months ago. He had me on as well to talk about Jesus deception. I'm sure he got some flack for that. And any influencer, like in this sector of the internet, inevitably has a large percentage of their audience that's Christian. And they don't want to alienate them. They don't want to lose their support. They don't want to be attacked by the mob. They don't want to be called Antichrist. So a lot of people are scared to have me on. They're scared of the blowback. But Vagabond wasn't. Last American Vagabond had the courage to have me on. Yahweh's New World Order. Nikki Haley signing the Israeli bombs to kill the Palestinian kids, and have Nikki Haley announcing her presidency with Pastor John Hagee there. Trump convicted, the end of InfoWars, NVIDIA AI. It was not the end of InfoWars. They've survived. Trump's relationship with God, Mexico president, the Messiah meme. Trump, the chosen one, shills harder every day. Thomas Massey. Zionism is, quote unquote, white supremacy. I love this thumbnail too. Another one. All the Christians and Jews and Abrahamics burning me at the stake with all of my places that they banned me from. YouTube, 5 channels. Facebook, my No More News Facebook had, I think, like almost 10,000. PayPal, Patreon, DLive, Squarespace, Coinbase, and then haters online, trolls online will say, how come he hasn't been banned? Been banned almost everywhere. Marching to Zion, another video. Alex Jones, InfoWars, and the mainstream alternative media. Featuring Prison Palace was on. Christian-controlled opposition in Nick Fuentes. ADL banned by Wikipedia. That was funny. Putin in North Korea. Trump's Iron Dome for America. Burned at the stake. Jesus Wars. We had the Zio Wars, and now we have the Jesus Wars. I just did another Jesus Wars. I think I called it Jesus Wars 3, and I just realized I already had a Jesus Wars 3 and 4. I have to update that and change it to Jesus Wars 5. Jesus Wars, Face of the Lord. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Shroud of Turin and everybody fighting over if Jesus was white and what Jesus looked like. Jesus on the tank there. Ziopocalypse, Fall of Christianity, Jesus Wars 3. Jesus Wars 4, The Conquest of the Nations. Jesus with the globe there. Kabbalah inversions, targeting of Europe and Talmudic universe. I bet you Talmudic universe was talking about flat earth. Why Jesus Christ is controlled opposition. Love this one too. I like the thumbnail where I swap my face on. The best way to control the opposition is to lead it. Pagan Antichrist future. That was with a panel. Uber Boyo, Spencer, and Big Tech. That was a good stream. Love this thumbnail too, by the way. Zeus. No more news, Zeus. People go, oh, you're a LARPer. You're a LARPer. No, I have respect for my European ancestors. And I do it to spite the Abrahamics. And it's funny. They go, oh, you believe in Thor? Come drinking dwarfs. Like, no, I don't believe in Thor. Don't be retarded. But anyway, I also do myself as Jesus, as Zeus. It's the internet. It's thumbnails. It's supposed to be eye-catching. And haters and trolls have nothing better to come up with. Love this one, too. The Judeo-Conspiracy Exposed. This was one of my top compilations of the year. 14 minutes. Judeo Matrix Exposed. I had some big compilations this year. We're going to play some John Garadas compilations later in the stream today. Anti-Yahweh Pagan Revival. That's another one. Look at that awesome image. I'm sorry, nobody's got cooler thumbnails than me. Hate to say it. Maybe I'm biased. The root of Zionism, the Torah. People want to be like, oh, Zionism has nothing to do with Judaism. It's Talmud, not the Torah. All those limited hangout talking points. Zio Wars, the Moshiach Menace. Another, the Phantom Menace, the Moshiach Menace. And you got to love that. The Orthodox, the conservative Jew, the Muslim, the Jesus, all bowing down. All bowing down to the true God, Thor. Prison for Anti-Semitism, Ben Shapiro fights censorship. Trump's assassination analysis. Trump shot his VP pick 5 months ago already. Adam Green and friends. Not sure who joined me on that one. Spiritual war. God save Trump. Christian censorship. God's anointed. Pro-Israel push at the RNC. And blow up the dome. I wonder why I was talking about blowing up. Oh, probably Pastor Greg Locke and his, we got to blow up that dome and rebuild the temple. Hallelujah. Love that thumbnail too. What a year. Biden out, Trump nomination. Oh, wow. 5 months ago, Biden stepped out. Trump nomination recap, Secret Service interrogation. This is when we had the beachside party. We did the IRL podcast with Big Tech, Adam King, and God, what was the other guy's name? Totally, the guy, he has the long dreads, white guy, Irish guy, he's got long dreads. Who was the other guy in the beachside party podcast, guys? Do you remember his name? I don't remember it. I feel bad not remembering it. He's like an InfoWars guy, kind of. The New York City's tunnels this year, that stream was hilarious. Yeah, I showed that thumbnail. Matt what? It is Matt. God, maybe if I just look it up on Twitter, if I search Matt, it'll come up. Matt Baker. Slave to Liberty, Matt Baker. That's who else was there. Thank you, Drum and Bass World. King Bibi visits Congress. Netanyahu's addressing of the Joint House of Congress. Trump's peace deal and the Zionist comedy roast. That was Tony Hinchcliffe. Trump, Christians, Kabbalists, and end times prophecies. You have the Olympics, the satanic panic at the Olympics analysis. Trump to save Israel, the blasphemy of Andrew Tate, inciting Christianity. War with Iran. We're almost caught up now, 4 months ago. War with Iran, financial collapse, the religiously mind-controlled politicians, like that thumbnail too. The Chabadniks, Trump and Putin, Netanyahu. The New York, Tel Aviv, Moscow triangle, the Rebbe there. UK riots, Christian-Muslim alliance, Trump on Israel. And then I had Mark Collette on. He just had me on the other day. He came on 4 months ago to talk about the UK riots. He lives in England. Oystergate, pure blood. Oystergate, that's funny. Yeah, was that this year? The oyster obsession was this year? Yeah, I actually got sick on oysters and hadn't had them for a while, but it's getting to be the cold season again, so maybe I'll try some again. Snap out of it for 45. Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much, dude.
Very nice.
Very nice. Snap out of it for 45. Says, wishing all of the unclean Gentiles a happy, healthy new year, strength and honor to our Goy Shiach. Appreciate you so much. Snap out of it. It was a good year, and it's going to be even bigger year. Again, 10 years of no more news happened this year. 10 years in the game. Only getting started. Trump returns to X. Iran attack imminent, marching towards end times. Nikki Haley and Pompeo, Kushner, Netanyahu. Israel caught rigging elections. Alex Jones is sick of Israel, quote unquote, sick of Israel. Christians and Jews want the same thing. Building the temple. English church lady. Oh, the Christopher Hitchens lady that goes, "Oh, do you, with the super annoying voice, the 10 Commandments." The Bible versus evolution. That's right. I did my evolution video this year too. That really caused some a ruckus. I was supposed to do a follow-up to that too, where I talked. This was about like all evolution, but I was going to do just from apes to human. I still might have to do that. Trump saved by God to save the world. Jewish fundraiser hires Netanyahu advisor. Who is the Netanyahu advisor? What's that guy's name? It's like the long... man, my brain's not working. Trump hires Netanyahu advisor. Let's see what comes up. Lewandowski. That's what it was. All the MAGA people were celebrating Trump hiring Lewandowski. It's like he worked for Trump in 2016 and then went and got a job for Netanyahu and then gets hired back with Trump. Zio Wars, Candace Owens, Andrew Tate, and the Judeo Matrix. The Abrahamic, Muslim, Christian controlled opposition narratives. Candace Owens, Battle for Zion and the Shroud of Turin. Shroud of Turin hoax and the Jewish Jesus 4 months ago. Almost to the end here. This is when I had F. Gardner on, author F. Gardner. Zion, Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone? Zion, Twilight Zone. Do you feel like you're in a Jewish movie where they're the producers and the directors and the script writers? I hope you guys can hear that. Judeo Matrix, Judaizing the nations and destroying Amalek. Amalek is anti-Torah and the origins of the Old Testament. I did another video about Amalek being anti-Torah. I keep finding new clips of rabbis saying that Amalek is if you don't believe the Torah and you don't believe in their God, you're Amalek, which makes Christians not Amalek, but Esau. Video about Lauren Chen and Tim Pool and Lauren Simonson, Lauren Southern, and Dugan there. They got busted taking Russian money. Totally guilty, too. You saw her pleading the fifth in the courts, being interrogated in Canada, Lauren Chen. And then now Tim Pool is like, he said he's making a big announcement. Everybody's been saying online that he's going to sell Tim Pool to the Daily Wire. Trump to save Israel and Russian propaganda, 9/11, presidential debate, and more. There's the 9/11 stream. War with Russia, Laura Loomer, Trump love affair. That's when she was on his plane. Sneeko and Nick Fuentes. Judeo Games. Another Trump assassination attempt from this lunatic. Purpose of Christianity and Khazar disinfo. Three months ago, we've got the video about the pager explosions. Mossad inside your pagers and your tech. Israel plants explosives in pagers and gullible Christians. Trump promises to crush anti-Semitism. Alex Jones tries to co-opt the green pill. Not happening, Jones. Not happening. Zion versus Hezbollah war, Celestial Jesus, and meme machines. Meme machines. Oh, meme machines are my guys creating memes. I played a bunch of memes you guys created. That's what it was. Adam is normal, says the chat. You can't escape Adam, says Todd. Yeah, Matt Baker, you got that, huh? Okay. All right. Looks like you guys, Brian from Impact Flicks was in the Rumble chat, and you guys are attacking him. Why don't you guys be nice to my friend, please? Thank you. Trump, Iran, and Russia, InfoWars to be auctioned, Moshiach agenda. Hezbollah, Trump's angel, Kushner speaks, Netanyahu at UN, Iran attacks Israel. The return of Trump and Kushner, Atrocity Inc. I said the return of Trump and Kushner before they won, 2 months ago, before they won the election. Trump visits Chabad rabbi grave. If I do another intro video, which I'm going to do for the new year, new song and new graphics for a new intro video. Definitely going to have to use some clips from, there's Howard Lutnick with Trump and the Chabad rabbis at the Rebbe's grave. Going to have to include some of those pictures. Shapiro praying for Trump, Zionist Mike Flynn, and Holy War. Blood and fire, Elon catching rockets, Trump assassin arrested. And Moshiach, New World Order, backpedaling rabbis. 2 months ago, from Hollywood to Hayfields, must be nice. I had on Owen Benjamin. I love this thumbnail. It turned out so good. The Big Bear and the White Wolf. Owen has been melting down and spiraling, calling everybody a narcissist that was right about the flat earth and Coriolis effect. He's really been spiraling and projecting to cope with being so wrong, so humiliatingly wrong about flat earth. Global messianic madness, salvation from the Jews, and more. Trump loves McDonald's. Kamala hates Jesus. Glenn Beck loves Israel. Trump angry about Israel leak. Jordan Peterson, pill pull grifter. Hidden Messiah. Ooh, Hidden Messiah. I'm writing about that right now in my book. The concept of the hidden Son of Man, the hidden Messiah. John Garadas says Adam did what? What are you saying, John? Anyway. What else? Trump loves McDonald's. We were Trump angry about Israel leak. Cartoon World. I had on Sven Stoffels, cartoonist. Trump's end times. Oh, and this is when I had the end of the last year or this year. I had on a ton of interviews, ton of big guests. Trump's end times prophecies and Project Esther. What was Project Esther? Can't even remember what that is now. But this is when the video when Trump was on Joe Rogan says, Joe, the prophets say the world will end in the Middle East. And last few we got here, all the big interviews we did. Trump rally, BRICS, what rabbis think about Christianity. Trump, Epstein, October surprise. The return of the king, ? Yep, he's back. Art of the comeback, Trump's second coming. This is after the election. Trump's prophecy fulfilled, Americans' golden age, Elon's new world order. That was a big one. Trump's cabinet, Kushner and pogroms. Trump's Zionist swamp. Debate with Brother Nathaniel. Henrik of Red Ice was on a month ago. Henrik and Red Ice are doing a end of the year stream. They invited me to be on it, but I'm going to be busy right after this stream. I've got things to do, got some plans, so I wasn't able to make it. But appreciate Henrik for coming on the show and being good to me for years and doing good work himself and helping spread the information. Henrik's awesome. And I wish I could have joined their end of the year marathon stream, but I've got some plans and I won't be able to make it, but I might tune in a little bit. Had Dr. Shiva on as well. Cool thumbnail here. Discussing the situation with all these guys. Then I had on Black Pilled. I had on Gnostic Quran. I got to do at least one video exposing the other controlled opposition religion, Islam. Netanyahu's ICC arrest warrant. Elon identifies America as Rome. Trump's new Zionist nominees. Here's, a month ago already. It goes by so fast. I feel like he was just here last week. High Impact Flicks came out to the West Coast. Went and did street interviews, my first street interviews for years. Do you believe in Bible prophecy? Asking people out on the street. That was fun. Have to do that again. I had John Zerka on. He's a big influencer. And then I had Keith Woods on, another huge, powerful influencer. Assad not for non-schizo nationalism with Keith Woods. John Zerka returns for the day of reckoning. And then I had Assad falls, anti-pagan rabbis, and the Christian problem, because I didn't finish it in that show, the part 2 of the Christian problem. Nick Fuentes disavowed by Catholic Church and Flat Earth grift in shambles. Big Tech joined me for that one. I had on Neil from Gnostic Informant to talk about pagan Christmas. He's going to come back on again in the new year to talk about how the Torah is fake and fabricated and way younger than people claim that it is. That'll be a good one. He's a big YouTuber. Did Jesus exist? That was the space I did last week. 7-hour space debating a bunch of Christians. And then we had the Christmas special and the post-Christmas Jesus Wars. And today, end of the 2024 special. 283 people watching. All right, so there's the end of the year recap. Took 46 minutes just to read through all the headlines. A whole lot of work this year. It's been a good ride. And again, we're only getting started. So there's your end of the year recap. But the highlight, of course, right here, the healthy baby daughter that was born. The Viking Princess Freya. You don't get cuter than this, guys. Look at that smile. Such a little angel. Now, getting into the show. You guys, I always explain the problem with Christianity and prophecies. The belief in the prophecies, it makes you complacent. It's defeatist. And I see Christians act on this all the time, or don't act. We've got the guy from the Christian from Fresh and Fit on with Jake Shields. 100 from Friendly Misanthrope. Adam, thank you for your dedication and hard work. All the best to you and your family in 2025. And best wishes to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much, Friendly Misanthrope. You're the man. I appreciate it so much.
They're nice.
Very nice. Thank you guys for supporting the stream and the show. The show and the book are going to come back this year better than ever, stronger than ever, more streams than ever. And we're going to be a real force to be reckoned with. It's a group effort. Part of the reason that we're having such an effect is because so many other people creating accounts, clipping the show, making their own rabbi mixes, creating memes. A community, in a Jesus deception, anti-Abrahamic community is forming, and that's why the Christians and the Muslims and the Jews are seething and insecure and threatened. So check this out. The attitude that there's no beating them. The prophecy says so. It's inevitable. It is foretold. When we lose, we actually win because that's what the prophecy said. Trust the plan. Check this out.
You don't like the controversial content that much, huh? Cost money is the problem.
So he's saying this is fit and fresh. And they basically do a podcast with like a bunch of skanky girls is normally what they do. More recently, Fit has been getting more into politics and Jewish stuff. And his co-host, Sidekick, doesn't like it because he just wants to talk about girls and popular stuff and safe stuff and not be controversial because he says he's got his Christian cross on because it's written in the Bible that they're supposed to win, so why fight it? The prophecy has to happen, so why fight it? This is the attitude. Even the Christians that are like, oh, we're anti the Antichrist and we're anti the third temple and the red heifers, but they still think it's their prophecy that has to happen and has to be fulfilled.
I'm all for...
But you don't like the controversial content that much, huh? Cost money is the problem.
There's no point to it.
Cost money. I mean, it's...
Listen, I'm all for the truth, but like, reality speaking, once it gets shut down, no one cares.
Yeah, I know it's tough because like
they're going to shut you down at some point.
Stuff gets banned and stuff, so it's tough.
Once you get shut down, nobody cares. It is true for the most part. You get banned from big platforms on YouTube, and then people are just able to ignore you, or they just think you disappeared.
Corner.
It's like what I enjoy speaking about. It's hard to get sponsors. Stuff starts getting pulled, and I like I said, I like to talk to all kinds of extremist content. Not like, but people don't like that.
The problem is
he likes all type of extremist content. He'll have Holocaust debates. He'll have on flat earthers. He'll have on people to say all types of inflammatory things. But what are they scared to talk about? That Jesus is fake and Jewish. That Christianity is controlled opposition. That's too hot for the Jake Shields podcast, apparently. And almost every other podcast. Won't question the King of the Jews.
bros are like, sponsors don't want it, companies don't want it, platforms don't want it. So at some point you're going to be in a corner by yourself.
You know, yeah, or we'll change the landscape and people will start having these conversations across aisles.
Well, the book was written, they win at the end of the day, so you can't beat those people. Just
things
saying,
can change. I'm not so sure.
You hear that? The book is written. This is the Christian mindset. The book is written and the Jews win, so there's no point in fighting it. Talk about a cope.
By yourself.
You know, yeah, or we'll change the landscape and people will start having these conversations across aisles.
Well, the book was written, they win at the end of the day, so you can't beat those people. Just
things
saying,
can change. I'm
they're going to win.
not so sure.
Can't beat the Jews because the book says so. In fact, when the Jews beat you, that means you win because Jesus is going to return and save you in the end. This is what's wrong with prophecy. It makes people complacent, defeatist, and it makes Christians spiritually cucked. Christian prophecies, they need the Antichrist to rule and have the mark of the beast and the end times birth-paying wars and Israel with their third temple. All of that has to happen, and they act like they oppose it and it's satanic, but they think it has to happen before Jesus returns. Not just Protestants. Catholics and Orthodox also believe there's no second coming until the Antichrist rules. So in a way, they need the Antichrist to rule. And when Israel does fulfill their prophecies, when it's Christian prophecies being fulfilled. Christian prophecies are dependent upon Jewish prophecies unfolding. You think that's funny as hell? I like that they're showing the problem with belief in the prophecy con. And the whole Jesus deception, all of the Abrahamic matrix is all built upon the prophecy deception. The idea that Jewish prophecies are real and they're the chosen people and the prophets of God and can predict the future. Conspiracy Truther says, this is such a good IRL example of how Christianity preconditions us to accept our own demise. Yes, thank you, Fresh, for saying this. He said this in past interviews too, and I've covered it on the show.
By yourself.
Yeah, or we'll change the landscape and people will start having these conversations across aisles.
Well, the book was written, they win at the end of the day, so you can't beat those people. Just
Things
saying.
can change.
They're going to win.
I'm not so sure. They've been playing for 100 years, but I'm
Look what's happening over there.
Fast, yeah.
They already won.
Yeah,
Muslims
but yeah.
down.
Look at what's happening over there. By the way, why are Jews so confident that they're going to win and they're going to survive the end times war? Because their adversaries and their opposition are Christians and Muslims. Because the Jews' main opposition is Christians and Muslims, that's going according to their plan, where they know they win in the end. We heard this for since October 7th and before. We heard all of these mostly pro-Russian shill accounts saying, oh, Israel's days are numbered. They're almost done. Hezbollah's going to destroy them. They'll never be able to invade with ground troops into Gaza. They'll lose in the guerrilla, rebel warfare. Oh, they don't stand a chance against Iran. Iran will smash them. No, actually, the Muslims are getting mogged and destroyed by Israel, and they're celebrating and bragging about it nonstop. This Christian-Muslim alliance, the main opposition to Jews being Christians and Muslims that believe the Jews were ever chosen, is not real opposition. It's opposition that was roles created following the script where predetermined outcome, they lose in the end. It's dead on arrival. It's destined and guaranteed to lose when the main opposition to Israel and Jews and Zionism is Christianity and Islam. Fresh is kind of spitting. That's funny.
Over there.
Fast, yeah.
They already won.
Yeah,
Muslims
but
down.
yeah.
They're up.
I think America's different. I think we can win. I don't know. What do you think? I think
You think we can win? Oh, we just need more Christian nationalism and then America would win, huh? More Christ is king. That'll save America from Israel. All more Christianity in America is going to do is empower the Christian Zionists that have all the power. Is that not obvious?
attitude. I wouldn't fight him if we could.
Who's running America right now?
Them.
Under who?
Under Trump.
Exactly. They're not going nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
They're not going nowhere, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, all this noticing. Oh, the Great Awakening. All of this. Oh, everybody's waking up and being red-pilled. What has it led to? Trump and the most Zionist cabinet ever? The main opposition to Jews has the stupidest talking points that get nowhere, denying Jesus is Jewish, saying Jews aren't Jews, they're worship the devil. You're never going to win with those talking points. Ever. You're never going to win criticizing Jews for rejecting Jesus while you're worshiping the King of the Jews and the God of Israel.
Yeah, we're worse.
Yeah, probably.
Wait till Trump gets in
pass
office.
laws,
Watch what's going to happen. Hate speech, anti-Semitism, all-time high, cut off.
Yep.
We're talking about making laws.
Dude, Fresh is right. Fresh knows what's up. That's what's going to happen. And I called it. I said Trump's going to get back in. Already the Trump got elected and Elon's dropping the ban hammer on Twitter now that Trump got in. We've kind of known this already, but Elon said that the algorithm dings you get suppressed, you don't get reach on Twitter if you're blocked by a bunch of big accounts. The bigger the account that blocks you, the more you're suppressed in the algorithm. Even though I'm not overly hostile or like obsessively trolling, I'm blocked by so many big Zionist accounts, like the Jordan Petersons and people like that, that is hurting my reach because I'm blocked by a bunch of big Zionist accounts. White Knight, Adam, why don't you bring folks that are not Yoshki shills? You mean Jesus shills? Bring folks. I do all the time. I rarely have on Jesus shills. And if it is, it's usually to debate them. Dude, Fresh is totally right, too. Everybody, all of these anti-Zionists that were like, oh, well, we got to, Trump is anti-Zionist. Mossad tried to kill Trump and stupid stuff like that. Trump's going to get in. It's going to be more Zionist than ever. They're going to try to push these anti-Semitism laws, the IHRA definition, more anti-BDS stuff.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitism illegal. And anti-Semitism, the official definition is critical of Israel, or saying Jews have too much power in America.
Listen, bro, I'm all for the truth. But at some point, you're going to understand it's a losing battle. Is what it is.
I don't know. It's hard for me to accept that talking the truth is a losing battle. I don't know. I can't. It might be, but I don't know. I think I'd rather go down speaking truth. And
Oh, well, then let's criticize the Jesus deception, Jake. You're all about truth, huh? How about the truth that Jesus is fake and Jewish, and that Christianity is Judaism for the Gentiles, and that their talking points are retarded and make opposition to Jews look silly and deranged? How about we talk about that truth? Oh, we don't want to offend the Christians and the Muslims that watch your podcast and follow you on Twitter. All about the truth. Have you had one person on the podcast that talks about Jesus didn't exist, Jesus is Jewish, that most Christians are all a bunch of Zionists? Where is the podcast to talk about the problems with Christianity? Since you're so much for the truth and you don't care about consequences, how about we expose the main controlled opposition to Jews, Christianity?
It's where we are now, where censorship is like, it's a tool that they use, right? And it's really annoying. Thank God for platforms like Rumble and X, right, where people are able to still push it out. It's just about, now I think it's about being smart, where like you can put the truth out, but you got to just be careful about where you put it out and then push people to that platform, right?
Yeah.
So like, we could talk about this certain topic, but we obviously just can't do it on certain platforms. We got to do it in other places. So, hey, you guys want the truth? You guys got to go over here.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah, and so far Rumble hasn't taken anything down that I pushed.
No, they won't, bro. Rumble's great.
Speech platform.
Rumble's great. I've never seen them ban anybody. That's why I'm even surprised with the Patriot
I
Fund.
thought they were banned. I could be wrong. I better go and confirm that with those guys.
X has way less free speech than Rumble, bro. X will take your shit down.
They took that guy Arthur Quan Lee down several times.
X
They took
is a
down-
honey
That's
pot,
true.
bro.
And they'll sit there and say, oh yeah, hateful content. And I'm like, wait, hold on one sec, bro. Hate speech is still free speech. Like, even though you might not like it, but hate speech is generally regarded as free speech.
'cause
People forget, Elon is on Trump's team, right?
Yeah.
Who's Trump's team?
Israel.
Yeah.
Don't see it.
Netanyahu.
You don't see it now. It's coming. It's
Oh,
coming.
no, I definitely see it with the Trump team. That's why I decided to, I hate Kamala and was going back and forth if I was going to vote or not. But the last minute, I decided I just couldn't put my name behind Trump, even though he was the better of the two options. I just couldn't.
Oh, you didn't vote?
I decided to sit it out. I'm just
Okay.
looking at me. I can't vote with the guy who's pushing Israel first.
This is a former UFC fighter for people not familiar, Jake
Make
Shields.
America great again.
Yep.
This election was a lot more towards I'm going to do this for Israel. I'm going to do that for Israel. After they gave them that $100 million, that's how cheap America's for sale. I'm sure there's more behind the scenes money, but
It wasn't out. Trump was pro-Israel before the $100 million from Adelson. The Adelsons were supporting him in 2016. He's been a Zionist all along. Everybody's like, "Oh, Nick Fuentes was right about Trump." Nick was shilling Trump for 8 years and calling anybody that called him Zion Don and saying he's a Zionist Wignats that don't get it.
when you
That's
see
just
that,
one lobbyist.
That's true.
We didn't even talk about the other ones. Bill Ackman, all these other guys, Peter Thiel, that all got behind him. They probably donated a bunch of money too. So
All right. We see Sneeko, the Muslim that's now not a Muslim anymore, apparently. He doesn't want just a Muslim audience. He wants to grift as hard as possible. He says the same shit, the same demoralizing, defeatist things. Prophecy is inevitable, so why fight it?
Is rapidly changing. There are prophets to say the world will come to an end in the Middle East. You know that, right? And we have weapons today that are so scary. When you look, I rebuilt them all.
I mean, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. If you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, we believe in the end times. We have pretty much the same belief about that. And
See, it's inevitable. The end times, the world ending in the Middle East, it's inevitable. It has to happen. The Jews wrote it down, so it must be real. It has to happen. Why fight it? You see the problem with believing these prophecies? They're self-fulfilling. It's inevitable. Why oppose the Jews? Their prophecies have to happen.
if you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, we believe in the end times. We have pretty much the same belief about that and how it's going to end in the Middle East.
Yeah, Muslims and Christians are both waiting for Jesus to come and defeat the Jewish Antichrist. Guess what? The Jewish Moshiach is anointed, and they have their global government, global religion with the third temple, according to the plan. And Jesus is not going to float down in the clouds and save you, Christians and Muslims. You've been duped. You think the rabbis are scared that once they achieve their prophetic ambitions that Jesus is going to float down in a cloud? They think, oh, the stupid goyim believe they're going to be saved. It's the perfect con. Trust the plan.
Yeah, we still try to resist and fight it so much. It makes you think, like, why don't we just accept it? If we know it's going to happen and there's so many signs right now.
Just accept it, goy.
Lack of acceptance of the end times. It's like we're all trying to fight against what we know is inevitable.
It's inevitable. The Jewish end times is inevitable. This is Sneeko, the guy that also says that it's Zionism, not Judaism. He has no problem with Judaism, he says. Cloud floaters. Yeah, Jesus is going to come down in a cloud on a white horse with a robe dripping in blood and a big sword and save the day from the Jews and the Antichrist. Really? In this day and age, people believe this superstitious, nonsense is just pathetic. Feels like I'm taking crazy pills, right?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Does anybody notice what prophecy does to a goyim brain?
Makes you think, like, is all this pointless? Politics and these wars and these discussions.
And when you look at the weapons we have today, the biggest threat we have in the world today is nuclear weapons. And we have other weapons, too, that are devastating. But the nuclear weapons, the biggest threat we have in the world today, and that's what I was talking about de-escalation with both China and Russia. I'm telling you, we were going to de-escalate. They were going to de-escalate.
Not to say, like, not to have a defeatist mindset or roll over. Like, I don't think you should ever stop fighting. Never stop. That's why Yahya Sinwar is so inspiring. Never back down, ever. But the lack of, even though we're fighting, we should
fight, but just accept you're going to lose and it's a pointless fight. Yeah, great pep talk.
Some level of acceptance that this is inevitable.
It's inevitable. So, yeah, keep fighting, but it's inevitable you're going to lose. And, yeah, he is part Jewish, too.
The end times are near. And that what's happening in Israel-Palestine is not just a conflict. This is what was prophesied.
It's prophesied. It's also, and I'll talk to Palestinian Muslims, and they'll say, oh, it's so bad what's happening, but it's written this would happen, and we're going to win in the end. Trust the plan. I'm so sick of these goy trusting the Jewish plan. Christians love to trust the plan and welcome Armageddon scenarios because it's a death cult. Look at this, 3.7 thousand likes. Darwin to Jesus says, fun times when the prophecy and revelation starts coming true. The Christians love it. They're like, woo, down for the ride. Everyone else is scared. They welcome the Jewish prophecies being fulfilled. This is a good one. Christianity poisons the well. Sneak, sneak. Little small hat walking up to the well. Glop, glop, glop with the Christianity in the bottle. Scribble, scribble. What's he writing on there? For Gentiles only, non-kosher. Which Christianity is for Gentiles only, and it's not kosher. They drink blood. They don't keep the Sabbath. They don't circumcise. They don't keep kosher. It's not for Jews. It's for the Gentiles. Not kosher. Drink your poisoned well. The Judeo-Christian mind virus that Saul the Pharisee targeted the Gentiles with. And then they go, well, if Jesus is a psyop, then why don't they believe it? They're not going to drink their own poison. They're anti it, but they're happy what it's done, and it's brought benefit to Judaism and fulfilled their prophecies of Judaizing the world and eradicating the idol worship. Anti-Judaic posted that one. This is from that account. I think it's like an Asian account that's been doing these new cartoons. Did the original cartoonist put all of these, or did Anti-Judaic change it and add the cross on there and stuff? I don't know. All right, I got to go pee. Before we get into the chosen Judas unbiblical thing, let's go to one of these compilations that I have. I'm going to go refill my drink and play this. Here we go. John Garadas. Controversial Rabbi Mix, the X-Files. Who are they? Who really are they? Let's check this out. Okay, Drum and Bass World says, you changed it. My friend edited it and simply changed the bottle to a cross. Okay, well, you made it way better. Much improved. All right, here we go.
We have to remember that we have a special mission. And really, this isn't our place. We're coming from a completely different place. So, from this entire planet, we are aliens. We're coming from a different galaxy. And now we're gathering as groups, starting to prep ourselves to conquer Earth. That's the mission. We'll take over those living on Earth.
Мы верим в свои силы, которые освоят этот мир, которые подчинят нашей же воле. И мы те, которые посредством науки, технологий, мы полностью этот мир под свою дудку мы его высветим. Это что может быть больше, чем этот подход?
But a Jewish soul comes from a higher, elevated form of spirituality than the non-Jew. Non-Jew also has a soul, but does come from the same greatness, holiness, and purity of a Jewish soul. So therefore, in the world to come, the Jewish person will be able to connect to Hashem in a much stronger way than the non-Jew, because the Jew has a higher soul.
שאלה אחת הנוגע בגבייתו של גוי, מה דינו?
כתוב שרק אדם מתמיד, וגוי הוא לא אדם. אנחנו לא מכירים את זה.
אתה מאמין בזה?
מי שכתב את התורה לא עשה את זה, ובשום אינטרס לעבוד עליהם. Excuse me, I'm a Jew.
Say it.
Happy New Year.
You guys hear that? Happy New Year. One more time, really good.
Happy New Year.
It's going to be your birthday soon?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Oh, show him your baby. Nice. Okay. Close the door behind you. Sorry, I had to give you guys the cutest Happy New Year you've ever seen. Back to the movie. They're all saying Happy New Year to you. Yay. Okay, close the door. Thank you.
And I just like to say that, you know, in our Bible it says that you're like animals.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
Even though that the level of the Gentiles is lower, Hashem wanted them to have decency and real humanity. Even though it's lower than the souls of the Jewish nation.
We have lower souls. Our souls are evil and come from the darkness, according to them in Kabbalah.
But he would give them some commandments to keep. And
the
values
Noahide
to keep.
laws.
The Jews are in charge of the world. Science, financial, politics, behind the presidents. Even now, everybody knows that all the campaign of Donald Trump is his son-in-law, the Jew, Kushner.
Yeah, all his campaign is the Jew, Kushner. That's funny. Yeah, I saw that. Forbidden One got his account back. I don't know if people said his Telegram was gone too. Did he decide to delete it all and then came back or something? That's really weird. I saw he's back. I'm glad he's back. What's the deal, Forbidden One? I'll ask him.
We still communicate telepathically with all of these other entities. There was a race of highly evolved reptilians who matured and evolved on Earth and have since ascended. And they presently serve Hashem, God. They're the reptilians. We know who they are, and they know us. We know them by different...
A lot of rabbis will say that, like, Esau is secret reptilians. Esau and the Gentiles have the reptilian blood because we come from the seeds of Cain and Esau, and then the Gentiles, Europeans, Esau, Edom. So they think we're the reptilians. You know, that the conspiracy theorists online say Jews are secretly reptilians. Well, they actually secretly think we're reptilians, or at least are polluted with the seed of the serpent.
Names. The book of Daniel calls them the Irin, the watchers. The book of Isaiah refers to them as the Seraphim. Now, the Seraphim are the ones who are in the palace of God saying, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. So they're pretty high up there in the order. They're called Seraphim. And the word Seraph, that's exactly what Moses was told by God to put on a staff back into the Numbers. Clearly a reptilian. These are reptilian entities.
And Jesus is that serpent lifted up on the cross, like it says in John 3.
They're the good guys.
They're the good guys. He says the reptilians are the good guys? Come on. That's crazy. I forgot something here, by the way, too. Oh, wait. Where was I? Oh, yeah, this one. Christianity poisons the mind. It spiritually cucked and theologically conquered and poisoned the mind. Great meme. Great meme there. Great job, Anti-Judaic, fixing that up. I'm so happy to hear Forbidden One is back. And also, there was something else I forgot to play, too. So we had Fresh saying, why fight it? It's prophecy. It's written. It has to happen. Sneeko saying the same thing. And then we have another example of that. Shoot. Where is it? Huh. Maybe it's here. There it is. A Christian, this account on YouTube had like 1 million followers. He did a video about the red heifers. And look at what he says, the Christian mindset. It has to happen.
They're doing this ceremony if the Jews are going to build this third temple, which is what they want to do. To do that, they literally have to sacrifice a red heifer by order of the instructions in Exodus chapter 19 on the Mount of Olives, okay? They're doing this ceremony because all the tools they use to build the third temple have to be cleansed, and the only way they believe they can do that is to sacrifice a spotless, blemishless red heifer.
And burn it to ashes and mix it with water and some other shit and then sprinkle it on the priests and all of their temple equipment. You know, totally not crazy.
There hasn't been a sacrifice on the Mount of Olives in 2,000 years. If y'all needed to understand how serious this whole thing is. Now that it pains my heart that when people talk about the red heifers, they don't mention the rest of it, the ramifications of what we're actually talking about here. So understand this, y'all. As much as this has to happen for Bible prophecy, this is a very, very bad thing they're doing.
See, it's bad, but it has to happen. And look at me. You can listen to me. I live in a shed, and I've got some coons hung up behind me. It pains me to say this, but it has to happen. This isn't a Zelda game.
The rest of it, the remedy is, now that it pains my heart that when people talk about the red heifers.
It pains my heart that all these people are against the red heifer. Sure, it's bad and satanic and antichrist, but it has to happen. It's inevitable. We need it to happen for Jesus to return. We're against it, but it's God's plan. You're against God's plan? Well, not really. No, it has to happen, but see what I'm saying? Even the Christians that pretend like they go, oh, we're not like those Protestants. We're not helping them build their temple. But you still think them doing that is fulfilling your prophecy. Well, yeah, Christian hillbilly, yeah.
They don't mention the rest of it, the ramifications of what we're actually talking about here. So understand this, y'all. As much as this has to happen for Bible prophecy, this is a very, very bad thing they're doing. Because it's not only
It has to happen, but it's bad. It's bad, but it has to happen, so we ain't going to fight it.
declaration of World War III against the whole Muslim world, but it's going to eventually usher in Armageddon and then the Antichrist.
See, it's going to be really bad, but it's God's plan. The Jews told us, and Jesus ain't coming until all the bad shit happens. So we're against the bad shit, but we want it to happen in a weird way. You get it? You see the problem with prophecies now? What it's leading us to?
And so they want to start the sacrifices. And when that starts, the Bible tells us there's going to be amazing power start coming out of the Temple Mountain of God, the place identified by God where he wants to reign from, where he wants his son, please don't break in on me, the place that he wants to reign from, the place that he has assigned all through the Bible for Jesus to rule from as the Messiah. Now, for him to come and stop the Antichrist has got to come.
This is the guy, the rancher from Texas that bred the red heifers and sent them to Israel. This Christian Zionist pastor. See, the Antichrist has to come. Christians need the Antichrist. In a way, they're pro-Antichrist. Antichrist coming means Jesus returns.
Okay, so I don't want him to come. You don't want him to come, but he has to come or the Messiah won't come.
See, you need him. Christians need the Antichrist. Get it? This sums it up so perfect.
Not the Antichrist has got to come. Okay, so I don't want him to come. You don't want him to come, but he has to come or the Messiah won't come. One of the things that brings the Messiah.
Messiah already came.
Hold on, just stop. Did he come? Hold on, just stop. Did he come both times already?
The Messiah already came, Jesus Christ.
So he's not coming. So he's not coming anymore. That's it.
Dude, he's a Christian. He believes Jesus is the Messiah. Why are you he asked you, does he not need to come back? Which you know he does. But you're not going to admit it because it doesn't work with your argument right now. You're cop out.
Did he come? Hold on, just stop. Did he come both times already?
The Messiah already came, Jesus Christ.
So he's not coming. So he's not coming anymore. That's it. He's not. So you're saying he's not coming anymore. He's done. He's not going to come back as Messiah and take over the Antichrist. From here, the Antichrist takes over and he gets to win the whole war, and Messiah doesn't come. That's what you're saying, right?
Jesus Christ already came. He is the Lord.
So he's not coming again. So you're not even a Christian if you don't believe that Jesus is coming to reign and rule.
Yep. If you're not pro-Antichrist, you're not a real Christian. I just saw this. Myth Vision put out 12 reasons Jesus' nativity is fiction. A little late, buddy. A week late. Could have used this right before Christmas, but still, I will watch. And good. Yeah, the whole nativity. All of Jesus is fiction, not just the nativity. Did Stu back out on your debate? I haven't had another request for a debate. We'll see. I saw this too. Need More Amalek says, oh, look, an Orthodox Christian calling for Noahide laws. Color me shocked. Put another shekel in the No More News was right jar, Christians. So who is this guy? Luigi, an Orthodox Christian, says, this is what Indians think of the Christian God. Bring back blasphemy laws. Oh, you want blasphemy laws just like the Jews, the rabbis, and the Muslims. What, you want to kill people and burn us at the stake if we don't believe in your Jewish God? The first Noahide law is, or the first or second, is no idol worship and no blasphemy. So Christians begging for blasphemy laws is calling for Noahide laws, essentially. Some Indian account says, Jesus Christ should be treated exactly how he deserves, like a dog born of a cheating whore mother. Come on, it's not a cheating whore mother. Mary's fake and Jesus is fake. Get it right. Is that supposed to be Jesus? Has anybody ever seen Jesus looking like that? Not the best AI there, buddy. But we want blasphemy laws. We want to kill people who don't believe in the King of the Jews. You better believe the Jews were chosen by God and are the prophets of God, or we want to burn you at the stake. That's what we get from Christians. And then they say, stop criticizing it. You're being divisive. You're an antichrist satanic demon that's going to burn in hell, and we're going to burn you at the stake for blasphemy. Hey, stop. You're opposed to that? Stop being divisive. Glop, glop, glop. Okay. So they were all the Christians a couple weeks ago were all kvetching hard about this new Jesus Chosen show. They have a scene with him talking to Judas, and they claim it's super unbiblical. 3.9 million views. Let's see what this is about.
You have a choice to make, Judas. I'm listening. who you belong to, who has your heart. I want it. And I've had it before. You followed me willingly. And I want to continue. There's nothing more than I want than that. Then I will pray for you. You have a choice to make, Judas.
So they say it's unbiblical because this conversation is not in the New Testament. What are they so mad about here, though? Yeah, I tried to watch like the first episode of The Chosen too. I couldn't get into it at all. Why are they so mad? And first of all, Judas had to betray Jesus. Otherwise, the prophecy would not be fulfilled. God's plan would not have unfolded if Judas, which is just never existed, just represents Judah. It's called foreshadowing, I know.
Then I will pray for you.
So they're seething over this. They say, so it fulfills, it says, one who will eat your bread will betray you. It's from the Psalms. And then we have, it's the typology, the retelling of Joseph being sold by his brother Judah in the Old Testament. What's unbiblical about this? I don't see any issues. What do they say? See attached article. This isn't unbiblical. So Christians fighting over, like, there's bigger issues in the world than fighting over a conversation that Jesus and Judas had or didn't have. That neither of them existed. Did I not choose you, the 12, and the one is the devil? Okay. See Through It All nails it. He says, Jesus did not pray for Judas to make a different choice, or we wouldn't be saved. So all of this crying about who killed Jesus by the anti-Semitic Christ cucks makes no sense because it's the death of Jesus which saves everyone from going to hell. Yes, unfortunately, this is real life. 1.3 thousand likes. Contrary to The Chosen, the Bible does not say Jesus told Judas, I will pray for you. What does it matter? Does Jesus not pray for everybody? Do you think Jesus hated Judas? In the Gospel of Judas, it has Jesus telling Judas, like, you have the special role. You have to betray me, and that will bring salvation to everybody. You have to take the fall and the blame, but in the end, you will rule. That's what basically Gospel of Judas says. He called Judas the son of perdition, destined to betray the Son of God, according to Scripture. Jesus did not pray for Judas to make a different choice, or we wouldn't be saved. So that's what they're mad about? He could have prayed for him either way, too. It's so fake and gay. This is the type of stuff that Christians are getting their panties in a bunch about. And yeah, Acts 2. Jesus delivered up according to the definite plan and foreknowledge of God. You crucified and killed by the hands of lawless men. So getting mad at anybody for Jesus dying, this is why it's so silly when the Christians, like the small fringe lunatic minority of Christians go, oh, the Jews killed Jesus, Christ killers. It's God's plan. It's the prophecies. Jesus came to earth to be rejected and die on a cross to save you, and you wouldn't have your religion without it. And this is the type of stuff they're getting mad about. Meanwhile, we got this huge propaganda show for pro-Christianity, and the Christians are still finding little stupid things to kvetch about. Christians need Judas, who never existed and just represents Jews. Okay, that's my comment. Christians, anti-Semites, blown the fuck out. Anti-Jewish Christians absolutely mogged by ChatGPT. So they were doing this ChatGPT and Grok stuff. They go, who killed Jesus? One word answer. The Romans. Technically true, according to the gospel. Try again. Humanity. He willingly laid down his own life for your sins. Try again. Pilate. Again, it was, according to the gospel, Pilate who ordered the crucifixion. Try again. God. So they're just totally losing. Obviously, they're trying to avoid saying Jews, and that's what the Christians, anti-Semitic Christians, want to hear. The Jews killed him. Look, AI says it. It's confirmed. It's real. We hate him. How dare you fulfill God's prophecies and give us our blood atonement sacrifice and our salvation and our Savior? We're mad about it. Hating Jews for supposedly rejecting Jesus is the dumbest thing imaginable. The issue with Jews should be that they invented a Messiah that's meant to conquer us. That should be the issue. Not that they rejected the Messiah that was meant to conquer us. One's a real opposition and criticism, and one's Christian-controlled opposition, laughable nonsense. So they were all posting these things. Not real Christians.
Everything I have in Christianity.
When the vast majority of all Christians, 99% of all Christians, sound like this, the not real Christians, no true Scotsman cope doesn't cut it. It's not going to cut it. You're just kicking the can down the road, trying to keep everybody still locked in the Abrahamic plantation.
Here's what I know. God always makes the right decision. And God chose the Jewish people, right? He chose them. And in Genesis chapter 12, he says to Abraham, I'm going to bless those that bless them. And I'm going to curse those that curse them. Everything I have in Christianity has Jewish fingerprints all over it, okay? If I believe that Jesus is my Messiah, well, guess what? He was a Jew. But
and stop lying about that. The 0.0001% of Christians that say, oh, we got nothing to do with Judaism, you're lying. And you're never going to win when all of your talking points are based upon easily disprovable lies. Okay? Those are the facts. Fact. You're Christianity is controlled opposition. Fact.
even in the Old Testament, every minor prophet was a Jew. Every major prophet was a Jew. Moses was a Jew. Abraham was a Jew. 70 plus times you see the phrase Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Abraham, Ishmael, and Jacob. And so the church in America has a choice. We can stand in this sibling rivalry with Isaac, or we can stand with Ishmael, but we can't stand with both. I find it so ridiculous that America has believed the lie, the poison, if you will, that Israel is the aggressors, and those are the ones causing all of these problems. And I'm like, absolutely not. Why would we not stand up for the people that God plainly and biblically tells us to stand up for? 203 times in just the Old Testament, you have the phrase, the God of Israel. The God of Israel. Look, I love America, but the Bible never says the God of America. The only reason America is wonderfully blessed by God is because we're in contact and covenant and allies with Israel. There's only one nation on the planet that has a special covenant with God, and it's not America, okay? It's the nation of Israel. Regardless of who you believe the Messiah is, or when you believe he's going to come, we all get to the same conclusion that when he comes back, he's not coming to the White House, he's coming to his own house.
These Christians are like a fifth column that worship a foreign people in a foreign land.
Temple Mount, right? He's coming back to the Mount of Olives. He's going to walk across the Kidron Valley. He's going to open the Eastern Gate, and he's going to come in and set up shop in the third temple.
And this guy's got 2 million Facebook followers. He's probably a multi-millionaire mega church pastor, and he's only one of thousands just like him. And online, there's Torba, Nick Fuentes, E. Michael Jones. You want to act like they're the real Christians? No, they're the controlled op that's keeping everybody locked in under the hypnotized Judeo spell.
No matter what somebody believes about the Bible, that's the facts about the Messiah. He's coming back to Jerusalem. So who in the world are we to say, well, God has cast off his people? God forbid. He's not cast off his people. He's not done with the Jewish nation.
And that's a quote from Paul, God forbid. That's where he's not quoting David. He's quoting Paul in Romans.
Every prophecy in the Bible being fulfilled right now has to do with the Jewish people. I will live, I will fight, and I will die for the Jewish people because it's what I'm called to do. It's my Christian duty because everything I have from God, even in my New Testament belief of Jesus,
Hey, most Christians, almost all Christians sound just like this guy, but why is Adam criticizing Christianity so much? Oh, I have no idea. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Everything I have from God has Jewish fingerprints all over it. And to disrespect that is to disrespect God's nature himself. Real conservatives do what conservatives do, and that's they obey what
you oppose God, you oppose the Jews, you're opposing God. We got Optics Prime says, Happy New Year to you and your family. Do you think Vikings were co-opted through their belief in the end times Ragnarok? I have no idea, honestly. I'd have to look into it. John Garadas for 20. Thank you, John. Great compilation earlier. He said, I tried to make the X-Files mix as creepy as possible. The music was a nice touch. That was good. $10 from That One Goy. That's a new one. I don't recognize That One Goy. Happy New Year's, Adam. Cheers to the end of another year of waking people from their Judeo slumber. 2025 will be even better. It certainly will. All right. Russell Brand says, Trump, Time Man of the Year and the Book of Revelation. David Icke says, they want you to believe these are the biblical end times because they are making the prophecies happen while manipulating Christians and Jews to believe that God is making them happen. It's a psyop. It's the prophecy psyop, the self-fulfilling prophecies that they're trying to hasten and engineer by themselves. It's a psyop that you are perpetuating, Russell Brand.
There are principles in quantum physics that indicate that our
quantum physics,
UFOs, extraordinary public assassinations, we increasingly feel like we're living in a live meme. The Book of Revelations preempts these extraordinary times with sets of images that conjure the exact feeling you get when scrolling down X and you see people trying to break world records for promiscuity, then see them feeling and looking broken afterwards. One moment Trump is a monster, next minute he's Times Man of the Year. How much time? What's he going to be in an hour's time? Who can you trust? You can trust the unlimited ulterior. You can trust the limitless creator. For example, look at this. No door.
You can trust the Jewish God.
Door that no one can shut. That any door that he opens cannot be shut. That there is a passageway and a portal. To those I love, I rebuke and discipline. So be.
Russell Brand is winner for. I should do a 2024 award show. He'd be most cringe Christian, I think, of the year. He's a Jesus junkie. He's grifting the Jesus shit so hard. All he ever posts about is Jesus. People go like, Adam, why do you criticize Christianity all the time? Because the Christians never shut up with their mental retardation. HTX JRM says, hello, Adam. Are you the man of Song of Songs 510 mentions? No. What does it say? Song of Songs 510. I don't know, but I know I'm nobody mentioned in the Bible because the Bible's not real.
Earnest and repent. Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. Do you get the sense from reading Revelations that there is a portal that creates reality in your personal perspective? Your consciousness and your actions contribute to the creation of reality. And are there principles in quantum physics that indicate that our conscious interaction alters reality at the smallest material level?
That's pseudoscience nonsense.
Are we bringing reality into existence? Not just in the obvious way that our decisions and choices impact and affect reality, although what about
ex-druggies always need Jesus. It's true.
Predetermination and free will that you're probably familiar with.
He's got like rape charges too, so he'll be like, oh, they're coming, it's the Matrix coming after me because I'm a Christian.
Well versed.
Like Andrew
Maybe
Tate.
These are the end times. Certainly Time magazine fluctuates wildly.
We're in the end times. Jews hear about war and they get excited, just like the Christians. This prophecy death cult. They hear war, they hear famines, earthquakes, plagues, the birth pangs of the Moshiach, and they get happy.
This is a really. It's important to get excited. It's important to get excited. When Rav Kook writes that whenever there's war in the world, so when a Jew hears war, he hears Mashiach.
They hear war and they hear Moshiach. Get excited when major World War III is about to break out. It means Jesus is coming. It means Moshiach is coming. The Jews are burning red heifers and rebuilding their temple and launching us into World War III. That just means Jesus is coming. It's got to happen. We don't want it, but we do. Get excited about it. He's trying to make up for his time with Diddy, conspiracy truther, right? Russell Brand was one of Diddy's guys.
And this is the way that we're supposed to be programmed. That when we hear about war, so that maybe this is finally the day we've been waiting for. So this is the way we're supposed to be thinking.
You're supposed to be happy when America and Edom's about to fall and get in a war with Iran and Russia. The Jews are happy. They're celebrating. It means Moshiach is near. Thanks to these bullshit prophecies. Going to blow up the world in the name of these stupid prophecies. Watch the collapse. I think I missed this when he says, love you, Goy. Hope you guys have a great New Year's. I hope you guys all have a fantastic New Year's and best wishes to you all in 2025.
It's a religious
We're going to need it.
war. The trigger of World War III.
It's a religious war. Here, I'll shut up and let him finish.
This is the way we're supposed to be thinking. This is a religious war. The trigger of World War III will be on Rekadati. It'll be on religious based. It's the only thing that's going to make a third world war is a religious based war. That the reason why.
And this is why the Jews are so confident they're going to win is because they're in a religious war with Christian and Muslim countries. When their opposition are the characters playing the roles in the script that they wrote, that they are the authors and the directors and the producers and the main characters and the stars of the film, and the villains of the film are Christians and Muslims, right?
We create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. And the world is our stage.
Are you not entertained by the prophecies brought to us by our script writers?
There's going to be a big world war is because Al Hashem Yad Mashiach. It's all against God. They're claiming that they're the true descendants of Abraham, and we're proving to them that we're the true descendants of Abraham, etc. Their motivation is that they're coming against God. Okay, that they have a problem. They have a problem with the fact that we represent God, and that's why they're coming on Jerusalem. Okay, and that's why they come to Jerusalem, because they know that Jerusalem is the center of is God's city. So Hashem says that the reason why he wants to make this Milchama, the reason why he wants to make this war, is because his name is going to be very sanctified. That by destroying evil, so by destroying specifically the evil people that are coming against him,
Esau and Ishmael are going to destroy each other in the end times war, the Christians and Muslims countries.
So that is going to sanctify his name. That's going to make him very good.
They love it.
Okay.
They're all for peace and this Jewish utopia, but first the war and the birth pangs and the plagues and the famines and all of the evil darkness destroying each other. And they're excited about it.
A second reason is brought down in the Zohar, and that is that the purpose of the war is to pay back for all of the non-Jews that did bad to us over the years.
Oh, the Romans and the Christian Europe persecuting the Jews, blaming them for killing God, for believing the stupid talking point that was given to Europeans by Jews to hate them for killing God. And now the vengeance will be brought on them. Why do you think we're seeing this huge rise in Christian and Muslim anti-Semitism on X with Elon? So the rug pull can happen. The setup is happening, the pretext and the justification for the vengeance and the fall of Edom is what we're seeing.
To pay them back is to take revenge on the fact that they went against the Jewish people. And the third reason that it's clear from the Sukkim is in order to make the world ready for redemption. That is because part of the redemption is a lot of people being killed. So that only the people that deserve to stay around are going to stay.
They're excited and praying for the death of all of the enemies throughout all of history. A religion on revenge. Well, the Christians are taught love your enemy and pray for your persecutor and turn the other cheek. The Jews teach praying for their vengeance. Bowhunter 88 for 50. Thank you so much, Bowhunter. Awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. He says, Hail Adam. May this message resonate far and wide to snap more Christians out of their hypnotic state in 2025. 2025 with Trump coming back in is going to be a big year. Another 50 from my Odyssey account says you are appreciated very much. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Just motivates me so much to keep fighting harder and harder. And this is all I do. I don't watch, I never do entertainment stuff. My hobbies are studying this shit all the time. I just see we hit 15,000, or we're about to hit 15,000 followers on Odyssey. That's cool. I'm about to hit 80,000 on Twitter as
cry out to
well.
Hashem, so those are the ones that are going to be saved.
All right, let's see. I gotta get going. We'll play this last one. I'm gonna have to do the Amon Hillman stuff later. I gotta go. I got a sharp cutoff time. All right, we'll do this. Liam T. Jarrett says, this is so cute. Muslim and Jewish men hugging each other because they share commandments from the Jewish God. Sneeko, Jewish guy goes off on Sneeko, but then apologizes and gives him a hug. Let's check this out.
Believe that we're... Are you Sneeko? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, I'm a Jew and fuck you. Fuck.
I'm a Jew and fuck you. My Odyssey account says, you are appreciated very much. Thank you so much. Odyssey, my Odyssey and Bow Hunter, you guys are amazing. Yo, Liam in the chat says, yo.
Are you Sneeko? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, I'm a Jew and fuck you. Fuck? Oh, okay. Well, I love everybody. You like Hitler, dude. What's wrong? What do you mean? I don't like Hitler. You actually not? No.
Oh, you were just LARPing and lying and grifting. Okay.
That's a way to talk to people, saying fuck you to someone you don't know. You shit on, like, Judaism all the time. You I don't. Understand that, right? No, I don't. What do you think we believe in? I think you believe in one God. Yes. I think you believe in the chosen people. No, we don't, dude. We believe that we're supposed to follow the commandments of God.
Hold on. Lie much? Jewish lie much? No, we don't think we're the chosen people. Bullshit. Bullshit. We don't think we're chosen.
Idiot.
What a liar.
What an idiot.
What a liar.
People? No, we don't, dude. What do you think we believe in? I think you believe in one God. Yes. I think you believe in the chosen people. No, we don't, dude. We believe that we're supposed to follow the commandments of God. That's what the Old Testament is. Okay, when have I ever said otherwise? Don't you say things like Jews, like, believe they're better than other people? I say you believe you're the chosen people. Well, we're chosen to follow the commandments. That's all I said. Do you want to follow the commandments? I mean, of course I do. No, you don't.
He says, of course I do. Of course he wants to follow the Jewish commandments. Of course he wants to follow the Noahide laws.
The Muslim commandments. That's fair. That's fair. My community is called love speech. I believe in love.
Oh, we're love speech. He says, that's fair. Sneeko says he's going to follow the Muslim commandments. He says, that's fair. That's Noahide. That's still Jewish.
I mean, of course I do. No, you don't. You don't. I want to follow the Muslim commandments. That's fair. That's fair. My community is called love speech. I believe in loving everybody. Okay. Well, can you give me a hug? Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hug it in. It's okay. What's your name? Brian. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's just...
Schizo Jew much? He goes, fuck you. And then now he's giving him hugs. He goes, oh, you're a Muslim? Give me a hug. Oh, you believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? You want to follow the Noahide laws? Give me a big hug. You're okay.
From things I've heard. I can understand it. The internet spins things in a certain way, but I'm not a bad guy. You don't seem like a bad guy either. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad. Heavy. Okay. One more hug. One more hug.
One more hug. Okay, now he's just gay. Now it's just getting gay. Now they just need to get a room. That was funny. But perfect caption there from Liam. This is so cute. Muslim and Jewish men hugging it out because they both believe in the commandments from the Jewish God. They just needed a Christ cuck in there too.
I'm Blasian, and there's a little bit of Jew in there too.
All right, shut the show off. That's it. Shut the fucking show off. I'm not.
Shut it off. Shut it off. Okay. Next show in the new year, I'm going to cover this new Christian leader and the Amon Hillman stuff. The Amon Hillman debunk, and I've got some other material too that I didn't already prepare for this show. So huge show, huge year. Highlight of my year right here, this little Viking princess. You guys mean the world to me. Okay, hold on. We got 15 from Thor's Rune. Says, another productive year for 2025 to be even better for No More News. Happy New Year's, Adam, to you and your family. Yes, happy New Year's to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful year. Best wishes for 2025. And it's going to be a big one. I'll be here You guys are here. I'll be here. And it's going to be huge. We're only getting started. Can't wait to see what everybody has to say in the comments. I appreciate all of you. Everybody that supports financially or with the clips or the repost or the comments or even the like buttons and the love, educating yourselves with this information and helping to spread it and wake up others. You guys are amazing. Happy New Year to everybody. I love you all, and I will see you next year. Yeah, thank you for mogging the Christians in the replies on the internet. Exactly. Bullying the fuck out of Christians in the replies. Need more Amalek. Thank you. I notice it. We're winning. We are winning the info war. We're going to wake up the goy from this Judeo mind virus, whether they like it or not. Their copes and their denial aren't gonna last forever. Huge shout out to Indomitably Based. Watch the collapse. Snap out of it. Friendly Misanthrope. Optics Prime. Drum and Bass World. Huge shout out to John Garadas. See through it all. That one goy. Bow Hunter. My Odyssey, Thor Runes, Hail the Old Gods, and Say No to Yahweh, 2025 edition. And yeah, they attack, and they lie, and they try to blacklist with their Abrahamic matrix echo chambers. That's because they're shook and they're threatened and they've got no answers. All they can do is lie and cope. And people are starting to get it. People are waking up. People are taking the green pill. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. Thank you, Parhesia Time. Quick dono to finish up the year. Thanks so much, man. Thank you. I missed the Rumble rant there.